King's philosophy of nonviolent protest just won't work. The only thing that will work is a complete separation from the white man. That's the only thing that will work in America, a separation of the races. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The white man is nothing but a devil. He kidnapped us 400 years ago and brought us here, stripped us of our heritage, stripped us of our culture, stripped us of our language, stripped us of everything you could have used today to prove that you're part of the human family, reduced us to the level of an animal, sold us from plantation to plantation like a horse or a cow, sold us like a sack of potatoes, strung us from one end of the country to the other. All you can do is march on Washington, keep on marching here, and you'll be a slave for the rest of your life. There's only one way for a black man in America. That way is a bullet and not the ballot.
Moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray.
Precious Master, we thank you for bringing us here today, and we also thank you for the generous offering that has been given to us. And may we take this offering and do good in the world today. Amen. 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 To the men of Freedom Baptist Church, I want to thank you for the hard work that you put into making this 35th annual Men's Day a great success. You know, we had a joyous celebration during our morning worship. But the afternoon program promises to be equally successful. Can I get an amen? Amen again. Praise the Lord. You know, we are truly fortunate to have as our keynote speaker, the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Now, you know, he's a hard man to catch up with these days, especially since he announced his intentions to run for the second time for office of President of the United States. So we are glad, we are truly glad that he did not turn down our invitation. And he has chosen for his theme, Which Way, Black Man, Forward or Backward? Members of Freedom Baptist Church, it is indeed a great honor for me to present to you the Reverend Jesse Jackson, President of the Rainbow Coalition, civic activist. He is one of our top leaders. He is the Reverend Jesse Jackson. He is a diplomat, humanitarian, civil rights leader. He's the author. He is our next president, the Reverend Jesse Jackson. That's all right.
just wanted to see had you forgotten. Reverend Valley, you notice I was smiling. You did all that introducing and you forgot to say President Jackson. You forgot, but I'll give you the opportunity next time. Anyhow, that was a marvelous introduction, and I thank you for it. It is indeed a great honor and a privilege for me to be here today, celebrating with you your 35th annual Men's Day. I feel that the theme which I have selected to speak on is a very appropriate one for the occasion, because what I see in America today is a very pathetic sight. Black men killing each other, dying from AIDS, being self-destructive, abandoning their families of all things, losing faith, wallowing in self-pity, and forgetting about our great heritage. That's what I see everywhere I go. I'm getting tired of it. But my message to you, men of Freedom Baptist Church, is you can't give up. You can't quit. You just got to get on your knees and say, Lord, help me to hang in there. You must and you will go forward, not back. If you care anything about the future of black Americans, you will never quit. No, never. What was the blood, sweat, tears, and sacrifices of such great and noble men like Reverend Henry Howland Garnett, Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, W.B. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X, who set this country on fire because each had an agenda. Therefore, you have a lot to be thankful for. Just think about what would have happened if they had given up. Where would you be today? You must understand that the black man's future is inextricably bound up in America's future. Indeed, one of the most significant achievements of the civil rights struggle has been to transform blacks into a mighty group, the vital stake in the life and history of these United States. Your responsibility is to remain an integral part of that process. But you can't. If you choose to go back, the Apostle Paul says, press on to the higher mark in Christ Jesus. Crime, drugs, unemployment, inadequate education, poor health care, a lack of sound economics, and unity are just some of the problems impacting heavily on our people today. And yet the degree to which these problems are solved will depend on strong, dedicated black leadership. You need a leader with an agenda. You need a leader who will set this country on fire again. This leader must have new direction, set of new priorities, and strong moral values. People ask me every day, why am I running for president? And I just tell them that I'm running because I'm justified and qualified. Oh yeah? I tell them I'm running because I know I can win. And because America needs my leadership. This is a new day. I found a brand new way. I want to be president because I have a new agenda, an agenda that will make a difference for all Americans. I can do no less than serve my country. My broad-based American experience has made my appreciation and love for America a part of my blood, and my bones, and my soul. You must accept the fact, then, that a black man can and will be elected President of the United States. You must accept this fact. For you see, my brothers and sisters, I have been a slave only once in my life. A slave in body, never in body, nor in soul. But I have long since resolved that no inducement, And no influence would ever make me a slave in my love for my black community and in my search for truth. So, my brethren, my sister, this your 35th annual Men's Day, I just stopped by to tell you that I haven't had it good all the time. I've had my problems too. Sometimes I feel like I've been in the storm too long. I feel like a mother's child. Hellhounds on my track. I've been buked and I've been scorned and been talked about. See, that don't bother me. So I get on back to my past and I find some positive. I see my brothers and my sisters down in the cotton field, and I see the master's whip drawing blood from their back. And I see them just dropping to their knees and saying, over my head, I hear music in there. God. I don't stop there either. I move on up a little higher. I come to Langston Hughes, and I see him putting an inspirational poem into this mother. Faces full of sweat, tears from working hard in the white man's kitchen. And here she is bending over this little boy, tears streaming down her face, and she says, look here, son, life for me ain't been no good. It's that taxing and spilling, boards nailed up, places with no carpet on the floor, bam! All the while, I was kind of climbing up, reaching land, turning corners. Sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. Guess what? I don't feel no way. Because I come too far from where I started. Nobody told me that the road was going to be easy. I don't believe that God brought me this far. I believe it. So somebody turn back. Don't you sit down there on the steps there because you find it kind of hard. Don't you fall down. I'm still going, my little girl. I'm still coming. Life for me ain't been no good. Listen, I want to thank you, Freedom Baptist Church. May God richly bless you. Bold leadership. Bold leadership. Bold leadership. Bold leadership. Bold new leadership. Bold new leadership.
The cast of The Black Men Speak in the order of their appearance. The Reverend Henry Highland Garnett, played by Mr. Randolph Smith. Master Jeremiah Henson, played by Charles Wayne Mahoney. I'm sorry, Mahoney. Frederick Douglass, played by Professor James E. Lewis. In the role of the ex-slave, we have Mr. Darnell James. Booker T. Washington was played by Father Charles W. Fox, Jr. In the role of W.E.B. Du Bois, Mr. Linwood J. Foster, Jr. Bennett. As the journalist, we have Mr. Leon Bailey. And in the roles of the convention moderator, the overseer on the slave block, and most notably in the role of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Malcolm X was played by Najib Amen. In the role of the Reverend Gregory Battles, we have Mr. Randy Tillman. And in the role of the Reverend Jesse Jackson, Dr. Gossie Harold Hudson. In supporting roles, we have Little Miss April Maria White, Little Miss Stacy Veronica Henderson, Master Gregory Neal Park, Dr. Doug Jensen and his wife Beth Jensen, Miss Maria O. White, Miss Julia Penny, Dr. Dan Ford and his wife, Carolyn Ford. Miss Shelley Davis. Also in supporting roles and providing the beautiful and moving music, Dr. Nathan Carter and members of the Morgan State University. Responsible for tonight's performance, on behalf of the Renaissance performers and everyone who made tonight possible, I present to Dr. Betty Park these roses, and we say thank you, Betty.
And on behalf of the Morgan State University Choir and the Renaissance Theatrical Performance, I am accepting these flowers. It belongs to them as well. My comments will be very brief. It was such a great honor for me to come back to Morgan to make this presentation. And I certainly hope that as we continue our journey to other black schools, that we will find an audience as responsive as you. And now we would like to clap and thank you for being so gracious. There are 3 awards, and we can all be seated, that we're going to present tonight. We're going to start with the group who believed in us enough to say, yes, we will sponsor you. But as it turned out, we had many sponsors along the way, because all of you are sponsors, and you made our journey here a very easy one. But to the Morgan Alumni Association, we do want to say thank you sincerely for giving us the opportunity to perform on this stage. And we have an award that we would like to present to the organization. And presenting that award is my real good friend. We grew up together. I've known him for 80 years. Reverend Henry Holland Garnett, Randolph Smith.
I would ask for Mr. Griswold to please come forward at this time. This is an extremely happy time for me because it's like homecoming. I was graduated from Morgan as a mathematics major in 1972, and it's always great to come back to a place that has given me a great outlook on life. I'm proud of my roots here in a college that is for excellence for all people. And I'd like to read the inscription on this award. It says, Certificate of Appreciation presented to the Morgan State University National Alumni Association for outstanding support of the play The Black Man Speaks by the Renaissance Theatrical Performers. We have just a few words.
Hi out there. Let me just say on behalf of the National Alumni Association, thanks very much for this award. And to you in the audience, thank you for your support. The National Alumni Association has a large program. We have many activities that we're trying to support, and your support tonight will help support those activities. We have 2 scholarships that we're trying to fully endow, one in the name of Dean Thelma Bandeau, and the other to Dr. George Spalding. So the proceeds tonight will go in aiding the full endowment of those scholarships. Thank you.
It's been a great joy to work with this choir. And I think what's personified in that group says a whole lot about the person who directs it, Dr. Nathan Collins. He was very gracious, and he made us feel so welcome here. And if there was ever anything I needed, he never turned his back. And I really feel that it should have really been a fundraiser for them as well. And we're going to be presenting proceeds to the choir to help them to purchase robes in the future or whatever their needs are. And I want to say that this award is being presented because of their outstanding ability to bring so much joy into so many people's hearts. Could you please again clap for them? And I'm going to ask and presenting the award is his colleague, Professor James E. Lewis.
If I may read this award, it is an award of merit presented to the Morgan State University Choir, Dr. Nathan Carter, Director, in recognition of musical excellence in the play The Black Man Speaks by the Renaissance Theater Performers, November the 7th, 1987.
Very briefly, Dr. Parks, when you came to us the latter part of this summer indicating that there was a need for a chorus involved with this play, I didn't know how much would be involved, and I know we had a concert tomorrow night scheduled and other things, but we could not say no when it was for the Alumni Association and for the deeds that have been described by the president, and we're just delighted that we were able to participate with you. Thank you very much.
And last but not least, my favorite instructor at Morgan State, Dr. Benjamin Qualls. And I really want to say that we have dedicated this entire production to Dr. Qualls. When I was a student in his class, I was never lost without words. But this time, Dr. Qualls, I have very few. And I want to say thank you so much for the gift of history. And presenting the award to Dr. Qualls is Dr. Gossie Hudson, a good friend of mine, chairman of the history department here at Morgan. Gossie?
I'm honored to present this award. In 1941, an article was published in Crisis magazine. Article was written by Langston Hughes, and it was entitled "The Need for Heroes in the Community, in the black community." Dr. Qualls, you are my hero, you are our hero, and we are certainly glad to present this appropriate award to you. It simply says Meritorious Service Award presented to Dr. Benjamin Qualls, Distinguished Professor of History, Emeritus, author, in recognition of outstanding research and in the expansion of knowledge on the role of the Negro in American history by the Morgan State University Alumni Association and the Renaissance Theatrical Performers, Baltimore, Maryland, November 7, 1987.
If I might say just one word, it would be that those of us who receive an honor like this generally owe it to some others who are responsible. So that in my long association at Morgan, I've had the pleasure of teaching a great number of persons and had some reputation, some small reputation as a fairly good teacher. I owe that in large measure to the kind of students I had. I know one of them was Betty Jean. Miss Betty Jean, who was one of my students, a very keen and trusting mind, an exploratory mind, well-stocked, so that when you came into the class that she was in, you had better be prepared. And this I knew, so that much of my success in these various ways